Alright, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. My name is Ershad Zulkarnain bin Ishab, student ID of 1191302356, student of uh, TSE 2451, which is Software Requirements Engineering. So today I will be presenting the individual presentation with my title of non-functional testing. So okay, let us begin. Oops, sorry. Let me just adjust something with my mic. All right. Okay. So oh, first of all, I would like to apologize because the the screen, I mean my face is blocking the slides, but never do. So this is the reference that I've used to support my presentation. So I will put this in the description later on. Okay, so let's continue. So what is non-functional testing? So non-functional testing is defined as a type of software testing, which is to check non-functional aspects like performance, usability, reliability, compatibility, and many more of a software application. So it is designed to test the readiness of a system as per non-functional parameters which are never addressed by functional testing. So one of the example that I can give is to check how many people that can simultaneously log in into a software. So non-functional testing is equally important as functional testing, and this affects the client satisfaction. All right, let's continue. So, so this is the objective of non-functional testing. So firstly, non-functional testing it should increase the usability, efficiency, maintainability, and portability of the product. Secondly, it helps to reduce production risk and costs associated with non-functional aspects of the product. Next, optimize the way product is installed, set up, executed, managed, and also monitored. For the next point is next objective is non-functional testing should collect and produce measurements and metrics for internal research and development. So lastly, non-functional testing should improve and enhance the knowledge of product behavior and technologies in use. All right. So next, this is the a characteristic of non-functional testing. So firstly, non-functional testing should be measurable. So meaning to say there is no place for subjective characterization, like meaning to say it's good, better, best, and many more. Those kinds of words. So secondly, so the exact numbers are unlikely to be known at the start of the requirement process. Next, should be important. It is important to prioritize uh, the requirements. And oops, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That was my alarm. All right. So where was I? Okay. So lastly is to ensure the quality attributes which are identified correctly in the software engineering. All right. So let us proceed. Oops, I'm so sorry. But as okay, so these are the parameters of non-functional testing. So I'll go one by one. I'll go one by one. So firstly is the security. So this parameter defines how a system is safeguarded against a deliberate sudden attack from internal or external sources. So this test is tested by security testing. Um, Next is reliability. So reliability, this parameter is the extent to which any software system continuously performs the specified function without failure. So this is carried out by reliability testing. Next is survivability. So this parameter checks the software system continues to function, whether the software system continues to function and recover itself in case of system failure. So this is checked by recovery testing. Next, the availability, which is this parameter determines the degree of which user can depend on the system during its operation. So this is checked by stability testing. Next is usability. Oops, sorry. It should be scalability. My bad. So the term it refers to the degree in which any software application can expand its processing capacity to meet an increased demand. So this is tested by scalability testing. Next is usability. So um, this is the degree of easiness which the user can learn, operate, prepare the inputs and outputs through interaction with the system. So this is checked by usability testing. So next is interoperability. So this non-functional parameter it checks a software system interfaces which are with other software systems. So this is checked by interoperability testing. Next is efficiency. So this is the extent to which any software system can handle the capacity, the quantity, and also the response time. Next is flexibility. So the flexibility of a software to transfer from its current hardware or software environment. So next is reusability. It refers to a portion. It refers to a portion of the system that can be converted for use in another application. So yeah, so that is the parameters. So if I move on, so these are some of the types of non-functional testing. There are more non-functional testing, uh, which are which are endurance testing, failover testing, stress testing, security testing, disaster recovery testing, compliance testing, portability testing, and many more. There are many more of this testing, but for this presentation, I'll be focusing on these three only, which are performance testing, compatibility testing, and also usability testing. All right, let me proceed. Um, Sorry about that. All right, so okay, so performance testing. So what is performance testing? So performance testing is a software testing process used for testing the speed, response time, stability, reliability, scalability, and resource usage of a software application under particular workload. So the main purpose of this performance being carried out is identify and also remove or eliminate the performance bottlenecks in the software application. So yeah, so that is the main function of it. So if I continue, so these are the types of performance testing. So first is load testing, which checks the applicant's ability to perform under anticipated user loads. And then stress testing, which involves testing an application under extreme workloads to see how it handles the high traffic or data processing. Next is endurance testing. So it is done to make sure that the software um, can handle can handle the expected load over a long time of period. All right. So this is spike testing. So this test will be carried out to check the software's reaction to sudden large spikes in the load generated by users. So volume testing is a large number of data is populated in a database, and overall the software system system's behavior is being monitored. And lastly is the scalability testing, which is to determine the software application's effectiveness in scaling up to support an increase in user load. So okay, let me just proceed. Okay, so this is the performance test process. So firstly is to identify testing environment, and then after that identify the performance acceptance criteria. Next will be plan and design the performance test. After that, configure the test environment. The fifth step will be implement the test design and then run the test. And lastly, analyze, tune, and also do the test again to get more accurate data. Excuse me. So this is the examples of performance testing tools. Sorry. Sorry for my pronunciation. Performance testing tools. So first is Load Ninja, then NeoLoad, and HP Load Runner, and then JMeter. All right. So for the next type of non-functional testing, which is compatibility testing. So compatibility testing is a type of software testing is to check the software whether the software is capable of running on a different hardware, operating system, applications, network environments, and also mobile devices. So these are the types of compatibility testing. So firstly is hardware. So it checks software to be compatible with different hardware configurations. So operating system, it checks the software to be compatible with different OS like Windows, uh, Linux, and Unix. Yeah, sorry about that. And also Mac OS. Um, Next is software. It checks the developed software to be compatible with other software. For example, um, Microsoft Word uh, application should be compatible with other Microsoft application, which are Microsoft Outlook, Excel, VBA, and many more. So for mobile, is checking the software whether it's compatible with mobile platforms like Android, iOS, and many more. So let me proceed. So next, which is the network. So network, it is the evaluation of performance of a system in a network with varying parameters such as bandwidth, operating speed, and also capacity. So it also checks the application in different networks with all parameters mentioned earlier. So next, browser. It checks the compatibility of the website with different browser like Firefox, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, and many more. And then for devices, it checks the compatibility of the software with different devices like USB ports devices, printer and scanners, and also other media devices, and also Bluetooth. So the versions. So next and last is the versions of the software. So it is to verify the software application to be compatible with other versions of the software. So let's say the Microsoft Word, it should be compatible with Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, and so on. So all right, let me just continue. So this is the compatibility testing process. So firstly, the initial phase of compatibility testing is to define the set of environments or platforms of the application is expected to work on. The tester should have enough knowledge of the platform or software or hardware to understand the expected application's behavior under different configurations. Next process will be the environment needs to be set up for testing with different platforms, devices, networks, uh, yeah, networks to check whether the application runs well under different configurations. So, and then next is report the bugs, fix the defects, retest to confirm the defect fixing. All right. So these are the compatibility testing tools. So which is browser stack. So this is the browser compatibility testing, and then next is the virtual desktops. So this is the operating system compatibility. All right. So next, which is usability testing. So this is another non-functional testing, which is known as user experience or known as UX testing. So it's a testing method for measuring how easy and user-friendly a software application is. So a small set of target end users use software applications to expose the usability defects. So the usability testing mainly focuses on the user's ease of using the application, flexibility of the application to handle controls, and ability of applications to meet the objectives. So next, which is the usability testing parameters. So which is the effectiveness of the system. So is it easy to learn? Is the system is it useful and adds value to the target audience? Is it content, color? Oh, sorry, my bad. Are content, color, icons, images used aesthetically pleasing? So it's just basically the user's preference. So okay, so for efficiency, it's a little navigation should be required to reach the desired screen or web page, and scroll bars should be used infrequently. Uh, so uniformity in the format of screen pages in the application or website, and lastly, option to search within the software application or website. Okay, if I go next. Oh, so okay, next is accuracy. So no outdated or incorrect data like contact information address should be present, or and next is no broken links should be present. And then next parameter is user friendliness. So controls used should be self-explanatory and must not be require training to operate. Uh, So next is help. Help should be provided for the users to understand the application or the website itself. And then next is the alignment with the above goals helps in effective usability testing. All right. So next is the process. So during planning process. So the process is from planning, recruiting, usability testing, data analysis, and then last is reporting. So I'll go one by one. So planning is during the phase the goals usability tests are determined. Having volunteers sit in front of the application recording their actions is not a goal. And then it is needed to determine critical functionalities, objectives of the system, assign tasks to the tester, which exercise these critical functionalities. During this phase, the usability testing method, number and demographics of usability testers, test report formats are also determined. So in recruiting phase, during this phase, the recruit desired number of testers as per usability test plan, finding testers who match the demographic which, for instance, is age, sex, and other more, and professional, so which is education, professional background, so which is their education, job, you know, can take time. So if I proceed, so next is usability testing. So during this phase, the usability tests are actually executed. Uh, so next, the data analysis is data from usability test is thoroughly analyzed, and then to derive meaningful interference and give actionable recommendations to improve the overall usability of the product. And lastly, which is a reporting phase. So for any findings of the usability test is shared with all concerned stakeholders, which can include the designer, developer, client and also the CEO. All right. So there are two methods of usability testing. So which are laboratory usability testing and also remote usability testing. So okay. So this is the challenges of non-functional testing. I'm sorry if I'm blocking the title of the page. So which is challenges of non-functional testing. So the challenges are every time the software is updated, right? Non-functional tests are performed again. So meaning to say, it's being executed again and again as degradation may modify the functions to make sure the excellence of the application such as presentation modifies protection flaws. So next is it becomes very expensive. Why it becomes expensive is because that each time the system updates, the retest must be done. It needs to be done. So therefore, each time the test been done, they have to pay to so that the system will be re-examined. Yeah, to be re-examined. So thus this will cause the price or the cost becomes more and more because of the retests to be done. And then okay, my mistake for another blockage. Yeah. So the title of that is conclusion. So so the conclusion is to guarantee a quality assurance of a software, non-functional testing is very significant, I would say. So it's because without without doing without doing non-functional testing, many of the fields of software will not be calculated as they are not enclosed in the functional test. So other than that, non-functional testing ensures the performance, the protection, the reliability, and several of applications are all are all in their maximum standard. Uh, so without non-functional testing, it is ensure it is unsure that the application is ready to be deployed without any error. This type of testing is vital in assuring the quality of the system, as when delivering the software to the clients, it must be in the highest standard as possible. So, in the nutshell, in general, the quality of software cannot be achieved without non-functional testing, as they provide an assurance in making the software system at the most highest performance, reliable, secured, and also easy to use. So that is all for my presentation. I would like to thank you for watching this video and my presentation, and thank you for your time, and have a good day. Thank you all.